Why are sadhana camps so important when we already have regular classes back home and also listen to talks? Okay. Spirituality, the spiritual growth, is an evolution, not an revolution. It's not a revolution that it will happen suddenly. It's a process, slow process, and process involves so many things. A process involves so many things. Among them, one of the aspect is your study at home. Understand, sir? Your study at home. So when we are attending classes at our hometown and now and then doing some mananam through CDs, etc., still we are into our regular routine, regular pattern of living. And our regular pattern of living demands all our attention, so much so that this teaching will not be so efficacious. It will not prove so efficacious. So when you happen to listen to one talk in the morning and go to office, if your prarabdha is good on the day, right, prarabdha is good on the day, and if your office atmosphere is conducive, then you will feel so happy that I listened to the talk this morning and it's working me, I am able to put it in practice. But there comes a situation, suppose out of your pava prarabdha. Understand? In office things are not going well with you, or something happened on the road, or somewhere it happens, or work burden is there. So this will all take out that Vedanta Jnanam immediately. And we are Vedantins, we are Jnanis only when we are not confronted by problems. Moment the problem is there, that's all, original admi bahar aa jayega. Understand? So that is the reality inside, no doubt in that. So spirituality as of now has not become our nature. Understand? The Vedanta should become blood and marrow, then only it will start working. So what we are thinking, what we are doing is one sort of sadhana. And as I told you, our daily routine and this rat race, corporate ladder, etc., the running in the world is something which is like a black hole. It sucks all our juice. It won't give you enough chance to contemplate properly. Bhartrihari Maharaja writes a very beautiful shloka in his Vairagya Shatakam. Adityasya gatagatairahara sankshiyate jivitam vyaparaihi bahukarya bhara gurubihi kalopi na gnayate drishtva janma jara vipatti maranam trasascha notpadyate pītvā mohamayīm pramāda madiram unmatta bhūtam jagate. It's a very significant shloka and very important shloka that everyone should chant every morning, should be included in prayers, because that shloka says Adityasya gatagataihi aharaha. Every day sun rises and sets, thus day is determined, and with every sunrise an opportunity comes, and with every sunset one opportunity has gone. And in this game of rising and setting of the sun, in this process, to sun nothing happens. Okay, nothing is lost in his case. But in my case, this ordinary jiva, the manushya, one precious thing is running out. What is that? Samkshiyate jivitam. The jivitam itself is going. The lifespan what we have every day is increasing. Kadandi enta baga vintunaru chudandi. Every day it is decreasing. Understand? Without our knowledge it happens. So sankshiyate jivitam, and this is so. And another thing adding to it is vyaparaihi bahukarya bhara gurubihi. We are into so many occupations. That when you ask a person, what are you doing? He says, I am working in so and so company. I am doing a job. But he is not doing one job. He is into many things. 101 things he wants. Understand, sir? So every small detail he wants to know, and every other thing is inside. His name is there in that. Like that, his occupation is more. And all these vyaparaihi is occupations. All these, what they are doing, vyaparaihi bahu karyabhara gurubihi kalopi na jnayate. So one can never become aware of this fact that life is day by day running out. So this we won't become aware of because of vyaparaihi, so many occupations. So he has no leisure. If you observe, in terms of time, everyone is poor. So all these people whom we see, they are very poor in terms of time. They don't have time. Understand? Even if physical time is available, psychological time they don't have. Right, sir? Why? Though he is sitting at home, his mind is occupied with 101 things. And his pulse rate is directly proportional to the Sensex. Understand? Why it goes up, all these problems are there. So like this, so much problem is there, then he has no time to think of all. So time is not there. Kalopi na jnayate. And not only that, drishtva janma jara vipatti maranam. He is seeing around him. Bhagavan makes arrangements. You know, Bhagavan is very intelligent man. So somebody's problem is a lesson for us actually. So when I see somebody is facing some problem, that if you can receive properly, God is teaching a lesson to you. Every other fellow's problem is a lesson to you. That is called spirituality. Learning means not only in university. So I was telling someone, what is education? Education is that which remains with you once you have unlearned what university has taught. That's called education. Education is that what remains after unlearning the university teaching. Understand, sir? So you have to learn. So when someone is suffering, we are seeing suffering constantly. Ask anyone, how are you? What he will say? Good. Then if you don't want to spoil your day, stop there. If you want to spoil your day, just ask again. Hey, how are you? Really tell me. That's all. All your day is gone. That means problems. So many. Some are the other problems. Drishtva. We are constantly seeing Bhagavan made this arrangement around us that this much problem is there. I see a millionaire still suffering. That means he is teaching that don't run too much after money, because you are thinking by earning money problem will come down, but see that fellow. If I earn money, I will be happy. Ask a person who had earned millions, ask him, he will tell you. Understand? So like that, drishtva janma, jara, old age, vipatti, in between lot of problems. Every day is a problem. Survival problem, psychological problem, this problem, that problem. And ultimately maranam. One day this is for certain. Whatever you may escape all these things, but maranam is something which you cannot escape. Maranam is something which is inevitable. Alright? So man sees all these things. Drishtva janma jara vipatti maranam trasascha notpadyate. Still this fellow will not fear anything. Still this fellow has no thinking. Then after all this inquiry, after all this analysis, Bhartrihari comes to a conclusion. What he says? Pitva mohamayim pramada madiram. He says all these fellows are drunkards. They are all drunkard fellows. What is that they are consuming? He says moha madira. Madira of delusion, intoxication of delusion. Pramada madiram mohamayim. And thus unmatta bhutam jagat. All world has become a lunatic asylum. So every person in some or the other way mad fellow. Why? He has forgotten the real purpose. So when Bhartrihari observes this, and Shankara also writes so much about all these mad fellows. So he writes so much here and there. How? When one is young, balasthavat क्रीडासक्तः, तरुणस्थावत् तरुणी सक्तः, वृद्धस्तावत् सेकेंड बेबी सिटिंग सक्तः. Understand? परमे ब्रह्मणि कोऽपि न सक्तः. भज गोविंदम गोविंदम भज मूढ़मते. So why I am telling all this is only for one purpose, that as I am, the way I am living, I will not be able to do more intense. I cannot induce intensity into my sadhana, nor I will get time to sit down and analyze what's happening to me, to take stock of my life, my spiritual growth. Because generally after 15 days of listening to Vedanta, I don't know about other things, yoga, etc. I don't know. Vedanta I know. After 15 days of Vedanta Shravanam, every fellow tends to believe that he has attained moksha already. 14th day he has attained night. Because it appears everything is Maya. Like this, naturally it comes. Because Vedanta is so powerful that. And why you are still continuing? Because it's all drama I am going, that's all. Swami ji, mujhe to ho gaya pura. Kya sunne ka kya? Like this. So, why? Because that is our mind thing. So, we need seclusion to sit and take stock of this. And also Vedanta demands, or rather I would put it in this way, our growth requires certain qualities. Out of them is, you all know that Samadhi Shatka Sampada. So those qualities are very important. Shama. What is Shama? Mind control. We will just put it like that. Mind regulation. Dhamma is sensory regulation. Shama, Dhamma. Uparati. Nuparati, withdrawal. And retaining that withdrawal stage. Then Uparati, Titiksha. Titiksha is forbearance. Then Shraddha. Shraddha is Satya Buddhi, validating scripture. Then Samadhanam, Chitta Ekagrata, focusing ability. So all these things you will not learn there. Understand? It's not possible. Because there, where you have comforts, everything, mind feels like opting for them. And nothing bad when things are available. So now and then when we come out like this in the name of sadhana camp, away from home, first thing is you are away from your daily routine. Understand? So daily routine we are away from. So we can dedicate more time. Quality time we will get here. We are supposed to get actually. But I see people here, they come and they talk more what they used to be at home. Because here they have more time to discuss and where to buy lands. These are all goes, only these things happen in the camp. Where did you construct your house? How much money you had to incur? And which bank is giving loans so that I can take and never repay? Like all this charcha will come, but this is not meant for so. We should sit here, take the time. And moreover, the sadhana camp we generally do in holy place. That's also there. Tiruvannamalai, Kaladi, this place, now in Uttarakasi. And this has got a special significance. And every holy place is sanctified by Mahatmas.